can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
But you can release him inside El Salvador.
Yeah, but I'm not releasing, I mean, we're not very fond of releasing terrorists into our country. I mean, we just turned the murder capital of the world into the safest country of the Western Hemisphere, and you want us to go back into
hey, Scobia, back with another video. Hope everyone out there's having a good day. I'll back like I never left, right? But today we're doing a little different. Quick 30-minute video, kind of tired, not really in the mood to sit here for an hour today. I was going to take the day off, but I'm like, you know what? The least I can do is get a quick 30-minute banger to the people, messy hair and all. I ain't gonna talk too much, y'all. We'll save that for the end. I got a little something I want to get into, so make sure you guys stick around. But enough with the chit chat. Let's do what we all came here for. Let's get into the video, right? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I found something really weird about the 11-minute trip to space that happened today. So if you didn't know, the first all-female crew went to space today for a couple minutes. It included people like Gayle King, Katy Perry, and Lauren Sanchez, the fiance of Jeff Bezos. And watching from the bottom was Oprah Winfrey, Kris Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, a lot of celebrities involved with this. First of all, I want to talk about the outfits and the symbol in particular on the outfits. At first, it looks like just a rocket or a pod, whatever it is. But when you flip it upside down, it looks really interesting, almost like a symbol that we've seen before. And I'm not saying that this is anything demonic or anything like that, but I mean, the similarities, it's hard to ignore. I don't know who created the logo, but the outfits themselves were designed by Lauren Sanchez, and she collabed with the co-founders of Monse, which is a really popular brand. But anyway, here is a map of the flight that they took. It's done by Blue Origin, owned by Jeff Bezos. It's his company. And here are the timestamps. You can see exactly how it went down. It looks like they were in space for about 2 minutes, or the edge of space for about 2 minutes. And when they came out and landed, everyone was super emotional. I mean, Katy Perry coming out and she is kissing the ground. And there was a whole live stream going on when this was happening. You can also take a look here at what she said.
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give and how loved you are until the day you launch.
It's getting really obvious at this fucking point. You know what that looks like from her point of view, right? Turn the patch around. I don't think they care anymore. Something else I really just can't understand is who the hell goes to space for 10 minutes. Something is not adding up here as usual. Can't make this up. You couldn't do it if you tried. Are you kidding? There's never been such clear video. Are you really telling me too that they were up there for 10 minutes and they did all this? Look at this. What the hell happens to her?
See, sometimes people consider daisies weeds because they grow everywhere and through everything, and they show up in so many different places. But daisies are just so resilient. And flowers, for me, I believe, are like God's laughter.
What is the logo of Katy Perry's suit on their travel to space on the Blue Origin?
Ridiculous, y'all. It's a damn show. People took it hook, line, and sinker, too.
So they showed a video of the 6 women allegedly in space, y'all. I find it very hysterical. Very hysterical. And also, I'm amazed by the technology we got, y'all. I'm amazed by all of the technology, you know, the green screens, like the big studios, like everything like that. But I'm getting off track. We're talking about the space. Take a look at the video playing above my head. This shit is hysterical. You got Katy Perry pondering to the camera. On one scene, it looked like it wasn't a window view, it was a door view, and it looked like it was open. That's just my opinion. Then, y'all, as you can see when they say look at the moon, why does the moon look like a motherfucking blimp? Am I tripping? Somebody let me know if I'm tripping. Why does it look like that, y'all? Also, y'all, look at the fucking logo. What do that look like, y'all? Do I really gotta sit there and say it? Turn the shit upside down and y'all tell me what that look like. And we all know the Katy Perry story. If y'all want me to do another video on that, let me know down below in the comments. Make sure y'all share this shit.
You really think NS31 is just some random letters and numbers? We gotta talk about this. My name's Nightfall, by the way. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. As we all know, this isn't just a random symbol either. So unfortunately, N is the 14th number in the alphabet and S is the 19th. 14 plus 19 is 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. Did you happen to notice who all the faces are staring at too in the middle? So also, there was 4 white women that went, and there was 2 black women. 4 plus 2 is 6. And then I don't know if you noticed the 6 symbols in all the corners next to their names, but then there's a 7th symbol right here. You see this one? For some reason, there's this extra 7th symbol. It's not a star because it's much bigger than just the normal stars that are over here. Let me know down in the comments if you guys know what these symbols mean. It does make me just a little nervous why there's that extra symbol in there. What, did something come back? So I don't have this thing fully decoded yet or anything, but don't forget to follow. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just pointing stuff out.
They went to space for 11 minutes. This is America's goddamn problem, and that's why the other countries be laughing at us. Land of the free and the home of the fuck out of here, because I thought these women were staying up there for at least a month. 11 minutes? How much that cost? The kids been starving. The homelessness is insane. Everybody don't even qualify for food stamps no more. The eggs... The footage don't even look real. It looked like it came from a motion picture from the 70s. What we supposed to do with this information on this Monday morning? Like, did Jeff Bezos send his wife for collateral just to prove that ain't nothing gonna happen to them, or he don't care about her either? We really couldn't have allocated that money to decrease the egg prices? I need a scientist to make a TikTok right now to really give us the tea of if you could really get to space in 11 minutes, because I call bullshit. Hey, Jeffrey, you want to do us all a favor and send Trump and Elon up there next? Please and thank you.
But yeah, it looked, I mean, I haven't seen the footage until just right now, like when it was landing. First view of it, it looked fake, y'all. Like for dust to come up like that, there has to be a, like there was a crater. Like they hit that thing pretty damn hard. And what do you guys think of all that? What did you guys think of that show? I didn't even know that was going down. That's how far out the loop I am. So I didn't know till yesterday that that went down. I was like, I got to do a video. I wasn't going to do a video today, but I don't want to be all late on this today. So I threw it out. But what do you guys think of that nonsense? What do you think of that, y'all? Like they're still thinking we worshiping these celebrities, y'all. They're still thinking these celebrities got us by the balls. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They don't no more. They do not.
Has anybody else seen the videos of people finding random trains parked like behind their house or in some random place still running? This guy here starts his video out by saying Jamaica is not the only place that they leave that container shit. So I'm still watching because I had covered that and I was like, what's going on here? And he sees this train. He said this train had been parked behind his house for 2 days. It's been several days now, and it was still running. So then he goes to the other side of the fence and says, you don't believe me? And you can clearly hear it. It's a refrigerated container, just like they had in Jamaica on the shore, just washed up overnight. This thing's been parked behind his house. And now it's a long train. You can't really see it from here, but it's long, and this is refrigerated, and it's just been parked there abandoned. There's nobody in it, and it was still running. You can still hear the motor. So like I said, when I started the video, have you seen the videos? Because I was just the first one. Then I started encountering other people, finding this guy, he's driving down a ranch, and this train, and he said it was filled with something. He read it, and he said it's been there for days, just left. It's just left there, right along his ranch. In total, I came across about 3 different videos like this of trains just parked and abandoned in random places. Seems like staging. And I know it's a lot of weird shit going on right now in this country, so I don't know. We just gotta be aware of shit. So if we come across this shit, let us know. Post the shit. Let us see it. Let us see it, because we're starting to see random shit just left. And like this guy said, when something is meant for a certain place, it's put there.
Now I've seen clips, right, of people like from Compton, California, saying like when we were growing up, like our gangs baseball bats, maybe a stabbing here and there. If there was a pistol, it would be like an old school revolver, right? There was never the Uzis, the AK-47s. They said when they were growing up in the 90s, though, that's when it took off. That's when it went from, fist fights to gunfights. That it wasn't abnormal to see on the train tracks crates of guns, semi-automatics just sitting there, and kids, when we're kids, we're causing havoc, throwing rocks at trains and putting rocks on the on the railroads or whatever, just doing stupid things, right? They would stumble across these guns, and then the big adults would get them, and that's how the guns took over, like LA, because it was never like that, y'all. It was always just, I heard they would say it was always a fist fight, or sometimes somebody would bring out a bat, or a stabbing here and there, but usually there wasn't a lot of like deaths in the 70s, 80s. I mean, they occurred, but it wasn't from gun violence, right? It wasn't until the 90s when the government, I mean, they created the crack and put it in the neighborhoods, left crates open with semi-automatic weapons, automatic weapons for everyone to take, drugs, those two mixtures. Now we got what we got now, right?
Companies tried to blame America's tariffs for the recent price hikes, but were unexpectedly exposed by China, who revealed the insanely greedy markups they're actually charging. Multiple European luxury brands, including Prada, Gucci, and Chanel, recently raised their already sky-high prices. These companies argued that the increases were necessary in order to protect their businesses and employees from the financial effects of the tariffs. However, this excuse angered owners of manufacturing companies in China, who took to social media to reveal that these European companies are raising prices purely out of greed. They claim that even at a 20 to 50% tariff rate, the prices these brands charge ensure that they will still make a profit of more than 2,000%, and they have actual evidence to back up these claims, as one poster who operates an OEM factory which produces the actual products that these luxury companies put their brand on and sell to consumers. He showed that one bag, which retails at $38,000, actually only costs about $1,400 to manufacture, which is a markup of more than 2,700%.
Okay, so
now, do you guys think people are going to stop buying these? You think they're going to lower the prices, first of all? Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, these brands. You think they're going to lower their prices, or you think they're going to keep it the same and people are still going to go buy them? What do you guys think? I think they're going to, I think option B. I think they're going to keep them the same and people are still going to buy them.
everybody's
Probably more than before.
The people who buy designer, because they're learning that it doesn't cost $5,000 to make a bag. It's actually just 10. Yeah, wait till the Indians start posting the price of medicine. The Chinese are posting the price of clothes and designer things, and they're showing you that it comes from the same factory as the knockoffs, right? Wait until the Indians start posting the price for medicine, because it doesn't cost $500 to make insulin. It doesn't cost $100. It doesn't cost $50. It doesn't cost $10.
That the United States is not going to lose this trade war? Ask China how many of their cargo ships returned to China yesterday. Ask them how many businesses closed shop over the weekend to come to the United States. Or how about asking China how many millions, and yes, millions of products did Amazon just cancel from being shipped from China to the United States? Ask China that when Donald Trump put a pause to these reciprocal tariffs but kept the 125% tariff on China, how that affected their stock market. But when he immediately paused the rest of the world's tariffs, ours went up. If that isn't enough, tell me why 75 different countries, over 75 different countries on the face of this planet have been trying to make a deal with the United States. How many countries have called China? Other than the EU, which that in and of itself is a whole different video. Every other country understands that the United States has a leverage unlike any other nation, any other island on the face of this planet. China ain't gonna win this. And for every one of you that are betting against Donald Trump against this, you have no idea what's coming. Every person thought these countries would run and flood China, telling them, you know what, let's cut a deal with you. And the opposite effect has taken place. It just goes to show which country has the real leverage, which country has the real power, which country is the #1 consumer of the entire world. The moment the United States decides to take their business elsewhere, any country that we step away from, their economy, their entire financial foundation will become brittle. That's just the reality of this. So go America.
The question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
But you can release him inside El Salvador.
Yeah, but I'm not releasing, we're not very fond of releasing terrorists into our country. We just turned the murder capital of the world into the safest country of the Western Hemisphere, and you want us to go back into the releasing criminals so we can go back to being the murder capital of the world? No, that's not going to happen.
Do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm suppose you're not suggesting that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States, right? How can I return him to the United States? Like I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. It's like,
So there's a guy on here now saying that we're being overcharged for food. He knows that we're being overcharged for food because he sees all the pricing. And he delivers the food to all the grocery stores that we go and buy food from every day. He says that if we come together as people, we can get it cheaper and more affordable. But what's crazy to me is I can understand handbags and all this other stuff, t-shirts, clothes, all this other stuff that's coming out that's overpriced. But overpricing your country's people for food is crazy. What also doesn't make sense to me, though, too, is the farmers are already struggling. So where's the money been going? Farmers are struggling. The consumers are struggling. So who is making the money? But yeah, he says that you have to come together and I guess call yourself a grocery store. And if you do so, then you can get food priced at a better price. However you want to say that. But anyways, yeah, I just thought I would come on here and let y'all know that we're also getting screwed on that end too.
So like, that's business. You know what I mean? Like everyone's buy low, sell high. I'm sure the farmers are doing it. Like he says they're struggling. I don't know. I'm not a farmer. I don't know no farmers, but they're businessmen, right? Farmers are businessmen. They're going to sell high. The people that are buying it are going to try that. They're selling in bulk, right? They're selling bulk. So you're buying everything in bulk, grocery stores, and they're going to sell high. But that's just how it is, y'all. That's as sucky as it is. It sucks, y'all. Like that sucks. But that's business, right? You want to go sell used items? You want to buy it as cheap as possible and sell it for the most you can. That's just how it is, y'all. But I know it's annoying that they're making these handbags for $10 and selling them for $5,000. Don't buy them, right? Buy a Hurley shirt from Sam's Club for $10. You don't need that. You don't need it. It does nothing for you, right? It does nothing for you. So that's what it comes down to. Food, that's just how it is, y'all. That's how it is. Ain't nothing gonna change that. Buy low, sell high. That's the name of the game. But when it comes to designer things, and you don't need that. You really don't.
Are now trying, because my buddy's a writer and has had meetings about this. They are making movies and shows that are so simple that you could be on your phone and look up at any time and know what's going on. And you'll see some of them because every time they talk to the other character, they'll say that they'll be like, John, yes, Pete, da 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 da.
Wow.
And that rather than be like, how do we get people off the phone and make something really special? They're like, let's just make a movie that we could play while people are on TikTok or whatever. So
yeah, it's like we're about to have the biggest real estate correction we've ever seen. The real estate market. You think so? Oh yeah, absolutely. 20-30% is about to hit.
I mean, you're on the inside, so you would know. You're talking to these banks, you're talking to lenders.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
What do you think's causing that?
I don't know exactly what's causing it, man, but I'll tell you what, it's interest rates, if they do go down, we're gonna have so much inventory. Because right now everybody's holding on to their house because they have good interest rates on their mortgages. Yeah. They're not gonna sell right now. If you have a 4% mortgage or a 3% mortgage, why would you sell your house and go get a 7% mortgage? It doesn't make sense. But as soon as the rates go down, inventory is gonna go up. And so prices are gonna go down. Supply and demand function will be off balance.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that are holding on right now, you know, going to sell whenever the rates get better. Man, you're going to have competition.
And then you got these huge funds stacking up on real estate, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Got BlackRock, a bunch of other VCs or whatever.
Yeah, that's the new way.
You can get a gallon of this for like a tenth of a penny. Anybody that says this is expensive does not understand life. They don't understand what your body needs. This is the cheapest miracle you'll ever buy. If you leave here and don't get one, your brain's not working right. You need more of this in your brain because this is it.
Salesman.
This is what it looks like, and that's that cloud, and that's the highest potential of energy. If we put that meter in right away when it's poured, very high level, almost 800 millivolts, every minute and hour that passes by, we're losing that energy.
He probably made the machine $50. Damn thing's probably $500, $1,000. That's business, y'all. He's a hell of a salesman too.
If you seal it in a glass container, it still has some energy 4 days later. But it's hard enough to pour all that water in for Americans. Americans don't like to drink. Why would you waste your time pouring in old, tired, dying water? Get a machine.
The reason they check your receipts at Costco and Sam's on the way out the door is not to make sure you didn't shoplift. It's because it's federal law. You spend $200 or you're not allowed out.
There's a video of the cats in the room, and it's showing the sun moving throughout the room into the window, and the cats are following the sun. They're all warming in the sun. They're all getting energy from the sun. There's a reason for that. You ever see your dog outside? He lays upside down, and he's getting that sun exposure on his belly, right? That exposed skin. Same thing for you. Sun is very important, okay? Light, energy from the earth, grounding, all this. It's real, but don't overdo it.
Louis Vuitton have seemingly reacted to all of the videos going viral over social media of manufacturers in China saying they make all of their stuff. A factory video from China has gone viral, and now people are seriously doubting the truth behind expensive fashion brands. One factory worker revealed that some of the biggest names in fashion, including Louis Vuitton and Zara, secretly get a lot of their stuff made in cities like Dongguan and Guangdong. Even though these brands brag about being made in Europe, the video claims that more than half of Louis Vuitton's bags are actually made in China. People online were blown away when they heard that most of the silk used by Louis Vuitton comes from a factory in Hangzhou called Huaxili. It didn't stop there either. The worker said a manager told him it costs around $15 to make something that looks exactly like one of their luxury items. The biggest reason this is upsetting fans is that these brands charge thousands for each product, saying it's all premium, handmade stuff. Now, many are starting to feel like they've been misled and taken advantage of, especially when the final product may not be much different from cheaper versions. And now, a statement has been released to the press, seemingly from a source close to Louis Vuitton. In their statement, the source close to the brand said, Louis Vuitton want everyone to know that what these people are saying is completely false and untrue,
Of course.
and they want everyone to understand that every item LV releases is made under meticulously high standards. At least it's been addressed, so it might not be true. However, we're going to have to wait to see if there's any real evidence for them making their clothes in China. Despite their statement, what's really getting attention is the idea that this might only be the beginning. People are already talking about how other workers from different factories might come forward soon. If that happens, it could completely shift the way the world looks at luxury brands and how they really operate behind the scenes. But not everyone's mad about it. Some people said they don't really care where it's made, because what they're really paying for is the brand name and the status that comes with it. So even with the truth out there, not everyone plans to stop buying. For this video's comment question, do you believe Louis Vuitton? Before you go, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for daily news updates on your favorite celebs. Thanks a lot for watching.
Cone? I think. Is that a pine cone? Look like a pine cone. They're doing some crazy witchcraft stuff.
We've seen redonkulous things, right? So we go down to Chiapas, Mexico. We're rescuing kids down there. I mentioned that one that portaled through Zoom from Chiapas, right? So there's all kinds of next level demonic witchcraft, next level witchcraft down there. So things that manifest, you go, whoa, what is that? I never even heard of like a hybrid spider type person. And that's why all these kids say, you know, man, she looks like a spider. She has many arms. Well, of course, if you go into India, you know, you got all kinds of gods and deities that have multiple arms. The largest Mayan pyramid on the planet Earth is in Chiapas. We are rescuing children in the shadow of that thing. You can literally see the pyramid from my ranch.
Wow. From your ranch?
Yeah. We have a redemption ranch there.
Wow.
And so, and again, we bought turf. We bought physical dirt. We brought in a ministry that's been there for 9 generations. We turned the whole thing over there so that we would have authority within that region. Okay. You don't just come in there swinging the American flag. You come in there in the authority of the kingdom, and you need to know how to operate in authority. So with all that said, we did all this. And at our hotel, there's this big giant rock that has a giant footprint in it. And it's monstrous. I went down there with Brian Schwartz. He's an NFL football player. He wears a size 17 shoe. Okay. This thing was twice the size of his shoe. I hear that you guys got giants down here. And they're like, yeah, we do. I'm like, okay, well, would they come up out of the ground? Or are they going to, like, yeah, they live in the ground. And they're like, but that's not as scary as the ones that come out of the sky. And I'm like, the ones that come out of the sky, and they said yes, and they come down and they look like stars and constellations, and they manifest into what look like people, and they threaten us if we don't give them things.
Wow.
So it's like, I know that there's a species of angels that's called the host of heaven. The host of heaven is the constellations. So you can see that whenever Jesus was born, that the shepherds are out in the field, the angels came down as the host of heaven. Well, they were used to seeing those constellations every single night, you know, and they were used to seeing Virgo, the virgin, a clump of stars that is a virgin that has a seed in her, which is impossible. And then from there, Libra, he's going to be a redeemer. From there, Scorpio, he's going to take on death. From there, Sagittarius, he's going to raise from the dead. And it ends at the line of the tribe of Judah, Leo, which is the ecliptic. And so I'm into all that, right? They knew the story in the heavens. The angels that showed up were as those constellations. They're also known as the stars of God. They're also known as the stars. I can guarantee you some of those have fallen. Some of those have rebelled. And they show up down there. The stars come down, they manifest, and all kinds of craziness happens.
Y'all, there is something big unfolding in St. Louis right now. The headline says that the FBI is digging up a St. Louis backyard tied to a missing person case from 2020. I don't know who the missing person is. I don't know much of anything yet. But what people are saying on the Book of Faces is absolutely wild. They're all saying that 30 bodies have been pulled out of this backyard already. 30. And they're all women and little girls. Now, I don't know how much of this is true yet, but I'm going to tell you what some of the comments say. The comments are saying that this has been going on for a long time and that the police have been called numerous times to this address. They're also saying that the guy that is in this house was abducting these little girls, essaying them, and harvesting body parts. And the lady that was running the live was saying that he's the new Dahmer. Now, I don't know how much of this is true, but I am alarmed. 30 bodies is a lot, and this is happening in Dutchtown. So all of my St. Louis people, if y'all know anything about this, please let me know, because I'm trying to find out everything I can at this moment, and it's not much. I'm going to be watching this very closely. Wait, okay, I just got this. What did you say? That at a press conference at 6 p.m., so apparently there was a press conference, and the police are now saying that there were no bodies. But I was watching the live stream, so I don't know what they're talking about. Now I'm extra confused. They're trying to say it's dogs. Y'all, I don't know what the hell is happening. But when I find out, I'll tell y'all first.
Been doing this since the beginning of time, y'all. Natural disasters.
No, don't go back. You gotta go back in. You gotta go back in. Time to take off. You can't leave yet. Can't leave. Can't leave yet.
110 hours a week, y'all.
Oh, do you think that this is because the prices were so expensive in the beginning and now we have so much stock that are we going to sell it even if it's 25% off? And Kinder, are you kidding? Okay, let's just put this into perspective. $7 That's how big it is. And see if the best for last. $7 for you? Are you for real? $7? Boxes for days.
Wow.
Explain why we're not getting to see these images live. The Apollo 11 landing was broadcast live. Why now don't we have the technology to see all of this live?
Issues with file transfers. We did have a number of communications glitches. We had either forward or return link problem.
Also, during post in the zero gravity of environment of space.
It's very difficult to transmit on the fly, if you will, and get that all the way back to Earth.
Struggle to get communications.
Unfortunately, they're going to be in the darkness. They will not be sunlit, so we won't get very good video.
Guys, I don't know how many times I've said this, and I don't know how many people I've triggered when I've said this, but we did not have the technology to do that. It never happened. And the fact that there's so many people that believe it did happen, it just shows you that you are just ready to be indoctrinated and believe anything that they tell you. Use your eyes and a bit of logic, and it's so obvious that it never happened.
I think the biggest problem with the youth and with our community right now is that we are not being trained to know who God is and know what prayer is. People, see, I think people underestimate the power of knowing that it's a higher power, and they also underestimate the protection that we get through just holding our hands here, wherever you want to hold them, however you want to do it, and just speaking something over you. They don't know the power of the tongue and how important it is before you even step outside your crib to speak protection, blessings, and abundance, and all of these different affirmations that keeps you uplifted before you even walk out the house. Ain't nobody doing that no more. And it ain't about going to church. It ain't about reading the Bible at this point. It's about sitting down and understanding that God is within you, having them conversations and finding him within you. So you can understand that you protected after that, because at the end of the day, bro, God gonna always send, what you just explained was the warning before destruction. You got some niggas sitting in there for daycare, and you got some niggas finna go over there to the big boy.
Real talk.
Maturing is realizing that they lied to us when they told us that we need 3 meals a day. That is the worst fucking advice ever. You eating 3 times a day, your body has no time to settle down and start to heal itself. Your body's constantly working overtime. It never gets a break. Even when you asleep, you still digesting food. The only reason you should be eating 3 meals a day is if you're trying to be a huge bodybuilder. And even then, it's very unhealthy.
All right, family. There you have today's video. Quick 30-minute video, y'all. I wasn't going to put one out, but now that I did, I'm glad, y'all. I'm glad I did. Hope you guys are okay with the 30-minute video every once in a while. We'll be back with hour-long bangers tomorrow, y'all. Just got some stuff to do and kind of tired, y'all. I took the baby on his first hike yesterday, and, you know, I've been hiking, y'all. I've been running, hiking, more hiking than running. Man, having that 15-pound baby on the front, my lower back was sore, my calves were sore, you know, climbing that mountain. But it was nice to get him out there. I'll try to remember to put some pictures on a little community post, you know, later on today, because we took a lot of pictures. But, you know, I've been doing carnivore, y'all. And I've always known I never do it. When I do it, I get great results. I usually weigh my food out. I like to. That's when I see my best results, y'all. That's when I, you know, drop weight. That's when I feel light on my feet. That's when my mind gets clear. Because lately on this carnivore, I've been feeling like I've been having a hard time getting out of bed. My energy's been low. My mind hasn't been clear, right? And today I was like, you know what? Let me plug in, you know, a little. I'm not measuring, but let me just put a rough estimate of what I'm going to eat in. By the time I was done with lunch and my snacks, y'all, not even counting dinner, I was already at 2,000 calories. You know, and today's dinner is going to be a couple burger patties with some bacon. So that's probably going to be, I'm usually eating probably like 3,000 calories easy on this carnivore diet, y'all. That's why I think I've been feeling so low, so heavy. Weight's not dropping like I like. My mind's not sharp. So today I measured out my food. I measured out my lunch already. I'm skipping breakfast. I just eat lunch and dinner. One little snack. My one little snack are some pork rinds. Dinner is going to be 2 80-20 patties. And then my lunch, Mama Bear made some what's called discada, which is just a bunch of different types of meat all mixed up together. So I had that and a piece of chicken, y'all. But I only measured out 4 ounces of the discada, and I measured out, 3 ounces of the chicken, because usually I probably eat like 6-7 ounces of the discada and probably like 6-7 ounces of chicken for lunch, and then my big dinner, and then pork rinds. I don't even measure it. I just pour it all out. Like, nobody cares, y'all. But I learned today that I need to track my calories. I always see people say don't track calories on carnivore, eat till you're full. But I don't do good eating more than 2,000 calories, y'all. I like to eat between 17 to 1900 calories. That's my sweet spot right now. So that's what I'm gonna stick to, y'all. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, y'all. Quick video for you guys. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe, y'all. I'll try to remember to post those pictures of my baby boy's first hike. It was a nice one, y'all. But I gotta get out of here, y'all. This is Segovia signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Have a good day, y'all. Later.